Though mighty and smooth, even the most luxurious brands feature fewer and fewer cars equipped with 12-cylinder engines. But times have changed in recent years, due to the huge pressure placed on the world's automakers to dramatically decrease emissions. This has meant that V12 cars, which are among the most inefficient models on the planet, have been targeted for extinction. That, and the move toward electrification, have meant the day of the V12 engine is almost done. If you liked this video till here far, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Aston Martin BBS. While most V12 cars of legend and lore were naturally aspirated, the overwhelming majority of modern-era cars, such as the Aston Martin BBS, feature turbocharged 12s. The combination provides horsepower and torque figures that would have seemed like fantasy 20 years ago, with performance to match. The 5.2-liter twin-turbo V12 under the hood of the DBS makes 715 horsepower and 664 lb-ft of torque, enough to hurdle the 4,000-plus pound coupe beyond 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds during our testing. The flagship DBS is also imbued with Aston Martin's standard, devastating good looks, though its transmission and overall dynamics are less than ideal. Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Once again, the exotic British hot rod has returned, the Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Stuffing one of Aston Martin's largest and most powerful engines into its smallest car has always resulted in something of a British muscle car, though the twin-turbo 5.2-liter V12's 690 horsepower and 555 lb-ft of torque can be used with surprising precision. The Vantage is now the smallest car with 12 cylinders, though it's not the fastest or lightest. Aston Martin DB11. Unlike the Vantage, the Aston Martin DB11's mission is more one of grand touring excellence. The DB11 version of Aston's 5.2-liter twin-turbo V12 is tuned for 630 horsepower and 516 lb-ft of torque, but the engine's true strength is its buttery smoothness. While comfortable and powerful, the DB11 does have interior quirks like the lack of a glove box and sturdy cup holders. If you want a V12-powered Aston GT car, you'll want to step on it, as the 2023 model is the last of the breed. In a sign of the times, its DB12 replacement will only be offered with 8 cylinders. Bentley flying Spur speed. Bentley announced early in 2023 it would stop producing its W12 engine, with the Flying Spur and the Continental GT losing the engine as an option after it ceases production in early 2024. The W12 proved to be popular, with some 105,000 engines produced during its roughly 20-year run. The Bentayga SUV was also recently available with the W12, but it's no longer for sale on the automaker's consumer site. Bentley also recently offered the ultra-exclusive, $2.1 million batter by its Mulliner division with a 740 horsepower version of the W12. A regal, but also surprisingly athletic large sedan, the Bentley Flying Spur Speed variant offers 12 cylinders in the unconventional W configuration. In the Flying Spur Speed, the 6.0-liter twin-turbo W12 powerhouse is good 626 horsepower, 664 lb-ft of torque, with a 207 miles per hour top speed. While more than comfortable to hustle, the Flying Spur is built to glide at least as well as it gallops. It's an incredible combination of comfort and supercar humbling handling all in one. Bentley Continental GT Speed. If an ultra-luxurious, 12-cylinder powered Grand Touring Coupe is your jam, then a Bentley Continental GT Speed is your instrument of choice. Style, speed, and sharper-than-expected handling only add to the greatness centered on its extravagant interior. The 6.0-liter W12 still available for Continental GT Speed makes slightly more horsepower than the Flying Spur version, with 650 horsepower and 664 lb-ft of torque. There are other excellent Grand Tourers, especially since the Conti GT's price will rise even faster than the speedometer when adding options, but the Bentley Coupe and GTC Speed convertible variant are exceptionally challenging to beat. If powering across continents in supreme comfort for you and a chosen companion is the use case, and money is no object, the Continental GT is the choice. Ferrari 812. With a classic 6.5-liter V12 making an astonishing 819 horsepower and 510 lb-ft of torque and revving to almost 9,000 rpm, the competizione variant of the Ferrari 812, the 812 Superfast has been retired, emphasizes speed over comfort, though the GT's drop-top 789 horsepower is bonkers, as well. A 0-60 sprint in under 3 seconds is a testament to the fact the 812 is as much a hypercar as it is an ultimate Ferrari Grand Tourer. Unlike some other modern high-powered cars, the 812 does require some finesse when driving, given that all those ponies haven't been shackled down with all-wheel drive or fitted to a mid-engine layout. There isn't a hybrid system, and there are no turbos. The 812 is as classic as a front-engine, rear-drive layout can be, just with one of the most powerful naturally aspirated engines, V12 or otherwise, ever mounted in a production car. Ferrari Puro SS. A less powerful version of Ferrari's naturally aspirated, 6.5-liter V12 with 715 horsepower at 7,750 rpm and 528 lb-ft of torque is found under the hood of the Ferrari Puro SS, the firm's first ever SUV. Gorgeously styled and looking more like a Ferrari superhatch than SUV, the Pure Blood has plenty of Ferrari swagger, even though it has 4 bucket seats. The Puro SS's cargo area is less than capacious, and practicality in general is decidedly not the only priority, but for a Ferrari SUV, that's the whole point. Ferrari Daytona SP3. With 599 copies to be built, all of which are already spoken for, the Ferrari Daytona SP3 is the ultimate expression of the brand's present-generation V12 cars. Built from the LaFerrari Aperta chassis and powered by an 828 horsepower version of Ferrari's 6.5-liter V12, the very limited and special Iconoline Daytona SP3 sits outside the standard Ferrari lineup and was available for only the most connected of Ferrari clients. Lamborghini Rialto. A version of the same V12 that has powered the biggest and baddest Lamborghinis since what feels like the dawn of time will be found under the hood of the coming Lamborghini Rialto. But this time that primordial 6.5-liter V12 engine will be developing 820 horsepower and 535 lb-ft of torque, and will be supplemented by 2 electric front motors, and a single electric rear motor powered by a 3.8 kWh battery. It all adds up to an absolutely insane 1001 horsepower, with a 0 to 62 miles per hour time expected to be 2.5 seconds. It's a quickness normally associated with fully electric cars, but in a now classic mid-engine, all-wheel drive Lamborghini layout. There aren't many production cars that can effortlessly pull off scissor doors, but the Rialto is one of them. Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach S680. As much a flagship Mercedes as it is one of the last flagship V12-powered luxury sedans in general this side of Rolls-Royce, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach S680 defines multiple maximums. Maximum comfort, maximum ease, and maximum pricing for a non-ultra exotic luxury sedan. For many, the Maybach name by itself is exotic enough, along with a feature list that might as well include arcane magic and alien technology in equal measure. What powers this exclusive upgrade to the already first-rate S-Class is a twin-turbo V12 making 621 horsepower and 664 lb-ft of torque, effortlessly transposing this hefty composite of luxuries across the landscape. RollsRoyce Ghost. If Mercedes is too pedestrian a name for your preferred conveyance, even with Maybach attached, then the RollsRoyce Ghost might just be the exotic luxury sedan for you. Perhaps the most astonishingly indulgent entry-level vehicle available from any automaker, the Ghost is motivated by the same glass-smooth, twin-turbo 6.75-liter V12 found under the hood of the Cullinan SUV and the Phantom flagship sedan. In the Ghost, it makes 563 horsepower and 627 lb-ft of torque, or 592 horsepower and 664 lb-ft in black badge trim. For a mansion on wheels, the Ghost handles surprisingly well and is anything but slow. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. While other exotic SUVs tend to blend space with surprising cornering ability, the Rolls-Royce of SUVs embraces the brand's deliciously ostentatious and ultra-comfortable ride and handling. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is well over £6,000 worth of authoritative luxury, and while the Rolls sedan look pulled over an upright SUV shape isn't the most natural, the world-beating interior finish and cloud-like ride are maximum Rolls-Royce, as is the brand's 6.75-liter twin-turbo V12 that produces 600 horsepower and 664 lb-ft under the hood of the Cullinan. Rolls-Royce Phantom. Doubling the prices of other ultra-luxury V12 cars, the Rolls-Royce Phantom is arguably the world's ultimate ultra-luxury sedan. How on earth could its price be justified? Other Rolls-Royce cars have similar engines. The Ghost has the same hand-built, twin-turbo 6.75-liter V12 with the same 563 horsepower and 664 lb-ft of torque, similar interior space, and similar ability to make the troubles of the outside world vanish. Similar, perhaps, but not the same. Even time would seem to operate differently inside the Phantom, let alone sound. Just like the difference between an old beater and a new Camry, or a new Camry and an S-Class, is the difference between an S-Class and a Phantom.